A very, very warm good evening. This is Arnav Chaudhary. You are on my YouTube channel, Arunfoot. It is August the 15th. It is Independence Day. My best wishes to all of you who are either watching live or those of you who might watch this afterwards. I hope you have so far enjoyed this Independence Day, unlike 3 years ago. Just to remember something, India was banned by FIFA on this very day. And we look forward to the AFC Champions League 2 qualifiers and not qualifiers, sorry, group stage. Or we look to the qualifiers on Wednesday. FC Goa qualified, beating Alsi 2-1. And the question was, will Mohun Bagan or will FC Goa face Al Nassr and CR7? And FC Goa is, I don't know if they're still parting, but they are the team who have drawn Cristiano Ronaldo and Al Nassr in the group stages of the ACL 2, Group D. We'll come to talk about all the groups and especially this matchup and what is going to happen or not. Ogni says, like, share, and subscribe. Yes, very, very important. Guys, do like, do share, do subscribe here on Arunfoot. As always, as I like to say, and therefore for me, I need your support as always in these videos, and therefore and therefore that's something which I'm looking forward to. So I need your support. And welcome. All of a sudden, the foreign YouTuber, so-called influencer channels will make Ronaldo videos now. Ogni, it's already happened. And it's already happened. I think the craze was around Ronaldo today. And again, if there's any win-win, so to say, for Indian football, that would be great. But I doubt that it's going to be there. But we will have to wait and see what happens. But it is exactly the way it is. Happy Independence Day as well to Yogni. I didn't celebrate our normal work day. It's the 15th of August here in Germany, so no time to really take time off and celebrate, so to say. I just had to get some work done, and that's how I spent the day, to be very, very honest with you. And so that's been my day. Moin Roshan, guten Abend, good evening to you. And what will happen if no ISL? Luckily, it's a big question. It's a very valid question that you're posing. At the moment, there's no clarity, I think, if there will be an ISL or there will be no ISL. So therefore, important will be to see if on Monday the AIFF via its council actually goes to the Supreme Court to look into the matter, and therefore for me, I'm not sure what will happen in the coming days and weeks, to be very often with you, very honest and with you as such, because it's going to be very interesting to see what happens. But again, to me, we'll have to, as I say, wait and see. Any update on squad? Shiladitya, officially the AIFF has not been really announcing a squad in that way. It's very weird what they did today. They came out and announced the players that have been called up and who haven't reported to the squad. So I think we're building the team like that a little differently. And then Marcus has put out a certain names. So the names of the players missing, 13 players so far missing, or rather who have not joined the camp. Supposedly it includes, or the 13 missing players are Anirudh Thapa, Deepak Tangri, Laleng Mawia, which is Apuya, Manvir Singh, Sal Abdul Samad, Vishal Keth. From East Bengal is Anwar Ali, Jeekson Singh, Mahesh Singh Naurem, Manvir Singh Albino Gomes from Jamshedpur, and Jitin MS from Northeast United. And meanwhile, under 23s, still players missing. Mohammad Sanan, Nikhil Bala for Jamshedpur, from Jamshedpur FC. Mohun Bagan is Dipendu Bishash, Suhail Ahmed Bhatt, Priyansh Dubey, Thicham Abhishek Singh, while from Northeast United, McCartan, Louis Nixon, Parthip Sundar Gogoi, Huidrom Hoi Singh, and Dipesh Chauhan are still missing. And one second, I think Marcus was the one who was putting it together. I think Marcus has put it together. 1 second, the names that Marcus has published. Yeah. One second. So what he says is that Gurpreet, Rahul Beke, Sana, Suresh Wangjam, Roshan Naurem, and Achik Kurunian from BFC have been called up. Rahul KP, Rahim Ali, Amrinder Singh from Odisha FC. Sandesh Chingan, Boris Singh, Ritik Tiwari, Udanta Singh from Goa. Irfan Yadwat from Chennai FC. And Nalinzwala Changte, Valpuya, Akash Mishra, and Vikram Pratap Singh from Mumbai City. And it says, and Marcus had said that 90 to 20 players have already gathered in Bangalore. So that is the list at this moment in time that has been published. So how much grant home teams get for maintaining stadium ACL standard in case of AC2 and support? There is no grant per se given for that. That's on you. You have to sort it out with the local authorities. There is, as I say, there is no specific grant on that matter. I think FC Goa can outperform and proven in the past as compared to Mohun Bagan. What do you think? Saksham, what is in the past is the past. Of course, there's a track record. Mohun Bagan has a very poor track record, let's be honest, in continental competitions. That's a reality if Mohun Bagan fans like it or not. But if I look at the two groups, Mohun Bagan facing Sepahan from Iran, Al Hussein from Jordan, and Ahal FC from Turkmenistan. Yeah, doesn't sound as Group D with Al Nasser, Al Zafra from Iraq, and Istiklal FC from Tajikistan. I would think Mohun Bagan's group is a little easier than that of FC Goa, but again, let's see. Clean squad list released by AIFF. Yeah, they have not released a squad list per se, right? It's just Marcus and sort of the AIFF who have not. Champions League 2 is up to 9 was last season's rule. I don't know if they've adjusted it. Hypothetical, if Jamshedpur FC would have won Super Cup, they could have played AFC competition. Do you think Hajim would have come to national team? Oh, Roshan. These are these hypothetical questions which I cannot answer. Right? He's left Jamshedpur to join the national team. That's the reality. That is what I and you and we all know of. What would have happened? Let's see. Goa group is toughest. All 3 other teams are seasoned ACL teams. Yeah, I think if I look at all the groups, I would even rate. I think Group A would be the toughest with Al Wasl, Istiqlal, Al Muharrak, and Al Vedat. I think that's the most even group, because, yeah, that to me, again, if you ask me, that would be the strongest group amongst the ones in the Western Zone. Gute Nacht, sir. Udipta, Gute Nacht means good night. I'm saying bye-bye. So good evening is Guten Abend, right? So I'm doing fine. This weather is, I don't know how you're feeling, Roshan, over here, but this weather is killing me, so to say. It's a little fresher, but still I don't know, now it's high humidity. We've had very hot weather this week. Hi, Blue. Welcome back. Ashnika said on Kill Now show on the FC Goa versus Al Seed that Ronaldo has a clause in his contract that bars him from playing away games. The buzz on Twitter is coming to India. XYZ, he doesn't have a clause that bars him. He can choose when if he wants to play or not. And again, so to me, I don't know. The buzz on Twitter, the talking on social media, the talks of social influencers doesn't count. It is the decision of Cristiano Ronaldo, and by that also by Al Nassr at the time, if he's going to come to India or not. And at the moment, I've not heard anything that Cristiano Ronaldo is coming to India. So therefore, I'll have to go by the thing. Last season, he opted out in the Champions League from certain travels. So let's see. Again, FC Goa will face Al Nassr away in Saudi. So they will get to play Cristiano Ronaldo. If he's going to come to India, we will have to wait and see. Khalid is calling 33 players for Camp Blue. I've heard 35. But I'm not sure if all players have already been mentioned. Therefore, the AIFF is very confusing in this. I don't know why they're doing this, why they're not releasing, just releasing the whole list of names. I don't know. AIFF requesting the club to release players and they're responsible for this mess. Durham Cup should not be stretched to this long. Saksham, very, very right. It's on the AIFF. I think they could have finished off the Durham Cup earlier to get a proper camp, both for under 23s and for the senior team. And they didn't. And now we are in the situation we are in, sadly. Khalid Jamil didn't call Chetri. That is the big question, Roshan, because I have not seen the name of Sunil Chetri anywhere so far. I don't know if there is, again, that's what I'm saying. There is a little bit of a confusion at the moment in regard to who's been called up or who's not been called up, because Sunil doesn't feature. Sunil's name is not there at the moment. So therefore, I'm still waiting to understand that who is actually in the camp and who's not, because again, Marcus knows a lot. That's why I've quoted Marcus, and then we'll wait and see. If ISL not happening, Goa should sack not important Indian players and sign foreigner with that money saved, and that will increase win chance. They don't have a force majeure situation. If you're playing Champions League, you cannot, the ISL is not happening, but if you have the Champions League happening, doesn't work. So Goa gets $300,000 for playing group stage AFC Champions League 2 anymore if win matches. Yeah, there is a small amount of prize money per game, and then of course prize money which you can win for playing in the round of 16, quarterfinals, semifinals, final, and of course if you win the tournament. Can Ritik Tiwari can play U23 or not? No, Saksham. Ritik Tiwari to me is too old. I think I checked it when the under 23s were playing. He's over 20. He's too old, so he's no longer eligible to play for the under 23s. If FC Goa had the money of Mohun Bagan, they would have built an Asian elite team level that scouting is best. They have bought best coaches and best players to India. I think, let's be honest, elite level team in Indian conditions, even with the money with Mohun Bagan is spending, just compare the numbers of the teams like Al Nassr or Al Hilal, what kind of transfer fees. So therefore, makes no sense to me to do that comparison, right? FC Goa, could they have done a better job? Yeah, maybe they would have not done a better job, right? So therefore, this is all speculative. Messi will travel to India in Kolkata, Delhi, Ahmedabad, and Mumbai. Reportedly, visit Prime Minister to report by PTI. Yeah, Blue, I've seen it. I think Shatatul Ratta, who's done all those foreigners, Brazilians and Argentinians coming to India over the last few years. Let's see if it happens with the whole mess around that whole football game, which is supposed to take place in October or November. We'll have to wait and see what happens. It's too hot to go out here on daytime. Yes, Roshan, I was out. especially. And today, it's just, even though today was much better, but still, it's still 29 degrees. I wonder why Mohun Bagan sucks at scouting. Ask the club, ask the people, you know. Race Sports reported Mohun Bagan, Supergiant, and Sepahan held a talk and even offered chartered flight to the bring Cummins McLaren. Is it true? It seems like so weird. Blue, I don't know. Could have been a conversation. I think Mohun Bagan are looking at options, you know. So therefore, for me, we'll have to wait and see. Mohun Bagan will this year have to travel to Iran. If nothing else happens over the next 5-6 weeks, they will have to travel. And if they don't travel, they're going to get serious trouble with the AFC this time around, right? The AFC let them off the hook. So therefore, let's wait and see. Okay, so apparently in AIFF FSDN meeting, Kalyan Chaube dropped the pen on the floor and told the official that you are going to also blame me for this. Is there any right to this? Aditya, I don't know. Again, when I don't care about these kind of things. You know, you guys care about things which are actually unimportant also, right? Who cares if you dropped a pen, didn't drop a pen, said something like that or didn't? Who cares? I don't want Chetri and Kafa Nations Cup. Let's try someone else. Says Aditya. Sepahan away game on 30th September. Okay. During Durga Puja. Interesting time to leave Kolkata for Mohun Bagan Supergiant. So let's see. Somkumar should get call up for U23 camp. Looking other goalkeeper is better choice. Saksham, I am not 100% convinced because the way that he played for Kerala Blasters last season when he was given the chance. Som is talented, very talented goalkeeper in my opinion, but he's not a finished product yet in my opinion. So therefore, give him time. Let him get game time in Slovenia. Let him get more experience, and then we can bring him whenever we need to. Congratulations, Asir, for bringing Messi instead of solving the Indian football crisis. Aditya, this is the one thing and the other thing have nothing to do with each other. I think this is something which I've been saying for many, many years. To me, very, very clearly, there are two things which we need to keep in mind. Very simple. Be it Emi Martinez or all the Brazilians, I think Cafu and all the others who've come. There's this guy in Calcutta who's been doing this now for years. He's done a business out of it. He has no, per se, links to Indian football. There is no thing that they say that's going to happen. And therefore don't link it to Indian football. Des Buckingham is all set to join Al Kholod in Saudi League. Not set, Raj. Des has announced it on his own social medias that he's joining the Saudi Pro League team, and all best to him. How is Messi meeting the Prime Minister in any way useful for Indian football? All PR and photo opportunity for users people. And it has nothing to do, as I say, this has nothing to do with Indian football. If a footballer turns around or something is said, nice, but this is, Messi is making money on it. The guy who's doing it is making money on it. There are a lot of people who wants to take pictures with Messi. Nobody's doing this for, about Indian football. So Mohun Supergiant is taking ACL seriously. Wow. Let's see, Aditya. Kafa streaming any news, will it come in TV? I've not heard anything so far. So I think let us get, wait for the tournament to come closer. I think we'll hopefully know 3, 4, 5 days before the tournament what kind of broadcast and streaming is done. I mean, if this is going to be again one of those Tajik sports pages or something else. Angry Birds, right? Sepan has promised Mohun that they will not have any difficulties going to run and that Maka and Cummings will be brought in chartered flight by Dubai according to sources. Again, let's see. I think there are talks surely going on, and let's see what happens. I don't know, spending crores just to bring Messi to India at the end is just waste of money, not helping Indian football. Instead, PM should focus on Indian football. Raj, the people who are doing it are not doing it for Indian football. Again, I repeat myself again and again. Do not link, even if Argentina, for example, comes and plays in India. This is not for Indian football. right? It was never for Indian football, So yeah, what's the spicy football news right now? XYZ, there is nothing spicy. We are in a crisis. There is no spice as such. Hey Achut, I've not received any reply to my question from Boria. Achut, did you expect an answer? Would be my question to you. Somkum was bad in India. How did he get a contract in European team? Because he's played in Slovenia, right? So someone or the other must see a potential in him, and therefore he's gotten a chance, right? So therefore, that is something which you need to remember. Kalyan and his boomer friends are running this. Okay. Indian government and politicians want fans pleased, and also they do not understand football, and football is not their priority. Yeah. What's your thoughts on Alsip coach saying referee was Goa's 12-man and 2 offside goals? XYZ, the coach has a point, and because the penalty wasn't given, right? So therefore there is, as a point, I don't know where the offside goals come in. I have not seen the offside goals, but he does have a point with the penalty, right? Again, and I found it weak from Manolo. Whenever referees took decision against him, Manolo was quite clear and adamant, the referee did a mistake against us. And in this case, he's not willing to say, oh, you know what, the referee, that situation hurt us. And so therefore, he has a point, sadly to say. FC Goa versus Al Nassr on 22nd October. Yes, Newton Chacha. Barandor goes to Kangan Chavez, says Raj. I don't think CSM will come just for group stage matches. Okay, Arnav. Who is Sunil Benjamin now? How did he get called? I think to satisfy the army and to say, guys, you know what? I don't know. Again, I'm still not satisfied with FC Goa's squad. There's still room for a lot of improvement. I want to see them repeating the same performance done against Alsip with the teams in ACL2 group stage. Newton Chacha, for me, I don't know if FC Goa is going to be wants to do or will be able to do something, right? So the first question is, so therefore for me, it's the Alsip performance. If I'm honest, I've said that on Wednesday. I felt Alsip was the better team. Right? It was a great fight from Goa, 2 opportunistic goals, and they were lucky. So let's wait and see. I'm hoping for better. Let's see what's happening. Al Nassr with Monwagan group could have been crazy night. It's all they want to group can't happen now. Arnav, again, as I say to people, right, to think about what could have happened, what happened in the past, again, it doesn't help us. As I said, it was a chance for both teams, and in the end, FC Goa are the lucky ones to now face Cristiano Ronaldo. So they're happy, they'll take it. Guys, it's just a politician thing to satisfy his vote bank. Most people in South India are diehard fans of Argentina and Messi more than any football. The politician just doing his thing. XYZ, this Messi visit has nothing to do with South India. It's being done by a Bengali, by a private person, not even by a politician. Right? So, as I like to say to you guys, if you don't know something, there's no need to make a comment on that. Goa Stadium is worst. It feels like a graveyard with crickets chirping and all. They should do some pest control or keep mic near crowds. I like the stadium, actually. To be very honest, I like the Fatorda. It's got its own little shape. It's got its own little way of, let's wait and see what happens. AIFF statement on men's national team camp. Again, the messaging is wrong, in my opinion. Listing players who haven't joined the camp since like steering up a social media pressure. Which should, one, and two, I should have said who has been called up and not, because now all are speculating, so therefore, yeah, I seriously don't know what they're trying to do. And it shows you this is the way that the federation is run, right? That a lot of people, not just the president, a lot of people need replacing. The setup is just incompetent, and let's see. Yeah, we have an army player, national team camp. What's that all about? XYZ, it seems like someone like the player, or maybe, I don't know, ex-I League player. What I want to hear the reasoning. I have no clue why is there. So there's an army quota now. Maybe we'll get some more army players before the end of the Duran Cup. How would you rate FC Goa's run in ACL2? Any context we should be aware before having an expectation? One thing was in favor for them. Yes, games have played in Goa itself. That was ACL, Rushabh. It was not ACL2, what you're talking about. You're talking about COVID times. I think that 2-3 things need to be remembered. First, Goa was playing at home. Secondly, it was Ramadan. All the other teams were Arab teams. So Goa, in my opinion, those two are big advantages, and they were playing at home during COVID. That's a different situation of playing home and away. So therefore, also when Mumbai City performed well in their group, playing away, winning matches, it's different when you play home and away. And you saw that the last time Mumbai City played in the ACL, when they had to play it Navbahar or Al Hilal, it's of a different level, right? Khalid called a random army red centre back over Rahul Beke. Hannibal looks like it. Again, I don't even know if Rahul Beke is in the list or not. So let's wait and see. I don't think FC Goa will be able to do anything. I have more hopes from Mohan Bagan. XYZ, I have no hopes of anything. That's why I've learned this. And whenever they do something, I'm more happy than I'm actually being disappointed because they again failed to do something. There are unlimited quota in national teams, says Raj. Ashish Negi told FC Goa should have something like Bandotka Trophy to have some competition at least. Yeah, could be, but the question is, will even the I-League teams play? Right, but the problem at the moment is, yes, those kind of things can help. So therefore, for me, honestly, I don't know what's going to happen. Both the teams have an issue if the ISL will not be played before, the Champions League group stage ends. And this is a huge drawback. So whatever we're talking about, you have to remember that our teams will not be so-called match fit. With what we saw against Al-Seeb is just plain hard reality of Indian clubs, or is the issue with preseason due to ISL? Rishabh, plain reality of the quality that we have. Maybe with an ISL preseason, there might have been a little sharper here and there, so therefore it was, How was the injury of Subhashish Bose not called up? Was he dropped? Bro, I have no clue. I mean, again, there is no communication from the AIFF or from Khalid or anyone why a player has been called up or why a player has been left out. So therefore, I'm fishing in the dark like you. Anybody who's saying anything doesn't know what they just have heard the names, So yeah. It was Kerala Sports Minister says Google invited Argentina football team in 2025 with Messi. XYZ, you're mixing up two things. This Messi visit has nothing to do with the Argentina visit. That's what I'm saying. This thing has nothing to do. This is a guy from Cal who's been doing these things, inviting Emiliano Martinez was there last time around. Before that, Cafu, Ronaldinho had come to Kolkata. You're mixing up things again, and you're saying, you yourself say Google says. Please. What do you think about Mohun group? Shamal, interesting group to me. Sepahan, by far the best team in that group, right? Even though they don't have any foreigners at the moment. Al Hussein, Jordanian teams are going to be a tough nut to crack. Ahal is the team to beat, at least at home. So therefore, for me, let's wait and see what happens. Not sure, but it is, to me, on paper, it looks a little easier than the group that FC Goa finds itself in. What's the reaction of national team players with Khalid appointment? I remember senior players during Constantine period had told Constantine is not good enough. Will they respect Khalid? No. I can tell you from the players' attitude, the Constantine thing was different because they didn't like that the Constantine's clear-cut, ways and rules and regulations. And with Khalid, the problem would be, I know that Indian players psychologically, they might not say it, but the respect for Indian coach is less than for foreign. It's an automatic thing. So therefore, that is a problem that Khalid surely will face. As long players are called for camp but not final score, I don't read much in call up. Yeah, Roshan, that's also the thing. That's why I'm saying that there is this whole confusion created by the AIFF is like, oh, who have you called up? Who have you called up? Why have you called up? And this whole, again, why don't you just say who have you called up and who has joined the camp, right? It's not even, why are we making it more complicated than it needs to be? As far as I know, the photo was as a football stadium or did to do national competitions, the plan changed. It is a football stadium which was built in 6 months, and then it was also used for a certain period of time so yeah. So therefore, it was used for cricket for a certain period of time. Now it's a pure football stadium, as far as I know. East Bengal defeated Al Zarwa 6-2 many years ago on Asian Club Cup. Late Karan Chapman scored a hat-trick at Yuva Bharati Kirangam. Yeah, Ocho, those were the 90s. And Mumbai City also beat Al Zarwa, if I'm not wrong, in the Champions League a few years back. So that's the thing. Let's not criticize Khalid in calling army player because earlier fans were saying why call only ISL players. Now at least coach calling all. If it works or not, only time will tell. And that's the problem. Yeah, it will not work. So yeah, playing friendlies with the ISL or I-League team won't help as the players are not match fit. That's the problem. That's the whole problem. The only two teams who can play friendlies most probably are Goa and Mohun Bagan, right? So before the first game, I think, let's see. With 9 foreigners in the Mohun Bagan should make a top team for the championship too, but all they want is Australia players. Why not go for other countries like Japan, Korea, Uzbek, Syria, Iraq, etc.? The question is who wants to come, who they want to sign. Yeah? You were not talking about Messi individual visit. I was talking about the individual Messi visit. Yes, I was. By the way, sir, in the first tweet by AIFF, they showed Albino as East Bengal group and Jitin as Jan Petrossi player. Later deleted and posted the correct one after getting called out. I saw that. I saw that. And again, didn't I say Albino Gomes is going to be one of the players called up? Someone could have simply said it and I would have said 100% he's going to be part of it. Alusen kicked out last ACL 2 season. Yeah, they're a good team. Nasaf, not Nasaf, Nasaf, right? Yeah, Nasaf from Uzbekistan. So therefore, tough. With 9 foreigners, we can't judge our team with India level as only 2 Indian needs to play. Yeah, but the question is who's going to come now? So yeah. Sepahan defeated Darshan 3-1 last year. Sepahan is out of our class. The Iranian teams are way better than us, and yeah. Good evening, Dark Knight. Can ACL 2 match help Indian player to improve the intensity and qualify for AFC Asian Cup? Dark Knight, the players have been playing Champions League 2, AFC Challenge League. Has it made any difference? The problem is that match sharpness will be a problem with our players because they're not going to be playing matches at all. In my opinion, that's a big concern at the moment. And, I don't know how they're going to solve that. It's a big issue. Does Khalid called up army players? Yeah, he's called up supposedly an army player to the camp. Yes, Kokui did. If anyone thinking calling Durand Cup players will work, he is, yeah. So for me, we had, again, the question that I've asked again and again, be it under Stevach, be it, especially under Manolo, and now even under Khalid, I will ask that question is, do you recognize, do you realize who is good enough to be playing right? And to me, if you're calling up Durban Cup level players, that's an interesting one. Wow, so good. Ronaldo playing against an Indian club. Bryson, Jingan, Sangwan to face Laporte, Mane, Felix. What match it will be. Amazing, says Sharnata. Yep. By the way, Estegal Teran signed Duckens Nuzon. Yes, former Kerala Blasters striker, Haiti international, is joining Estegal. So that's their first signing for the competition. For the top level Champions League. We will know Indian next 2 year situation after Kafa matches. I don't know if the Kafa matches will be that decisive. In my opinion, the Kafa Nations Cup is a good way to test a few things. And let's wait and see what happens. Because to me, it's something that we need to talk about, think about, and So let's see what they've done. By the idea that Saudi League having these elite European players will help in the local Saudi players developing and playing with them when J League and K League don't spend that money? XYZ, there are different ways of doing it. Some of the Saudi national team players actually have left the Saudi Pro League and have joined European clubs. So some of them have been forced to move out. So therefore, again, the Japanese, the Koreans have a different model, but their top players all play in Europe. The Iranians, same thing. So the Saudi model is different. And if you see the way Al Hilal played the Club World Cup, beating a Man City and all, it shows you what level it is. So, to think about Al Nassr playing Goa, you don't want them to beat. You don't want Al Nassr to have a very good day and Goa a bad day, because that could go really, really bad. And yes, sir, from Germany, happy Independence Day. Hope India grows in football. Coming years will soon become a better country, quality-wise, remembering all fighters. So, thanks, Sharnata. Again, to everyone watching here, do take my wishes on Independence Day. All the best to everybody. And of course, the reminder, like, share, subscribe, keep helping me grow this community, I need your support. As always, those of you who might be new watching this, subscribe to the channel, ask your questions, join our conversations, and be part of it. AIFF just posted 22 playlists. Oh, let me check. Oh, yeah, they have. All right. So the list is goalkeepers, Amrinder Singh, Gurpreet Singh Sandhu, Ritik Tiwari, and these are the players who've reported: Akash Mishra, Alex Saji, Boris Singh, Chinglan Sana Singh, Valpuya, Rahul Beke. So Rahul Beke is in, not out. Roshan Nauram, Sandesh Jingan, and the surprise, Sunil Benjamin from Army Red. Midfielders: Ashik Kurunian, Danish Farooq, Nikhil Prabhu, Rahul KP, Suresh Wangjam, Udanta Singh. Forwards: Irfan Yadwad, Lalinzwala Changte, Rahim Ali, Vikram Pratap Singh. So, let's see. If I look at this list, he's called up a lot of players who, Gurpreet needed to be back. Ritik Tiwari needs to be called. So I welcome that. Alex Saji, deserves a look in after the last 2 years, I guess. Interesting, no Akash Sangwan. No Jay Gupta as well. Sunil Benjamin is, of course, the big surprise in this. Interesting to see Danish Farooq. Surprised me because hasn't convinced me over the last 2 seasons. Same applies to Rahul KP. Good to see Irfan Yadwat back, because that was been the striker that I have a little hope that he can develop into something. I like that Rahim Ali and Vikram are back as well, because those two are elements that I like. And of course, Changte as something. So the interesting part, this is the squad, that has been released. 1 second, let me save this and put this out here. Yes, squad. 1 second, I would have to create a PDF. 1 second, just give me the time. I'll just create all of this so that I can put it out here to show you. Give me a second, and I will put it out here. Just give me that second. One second. It's uploading, and there we have the list. I just take this away. Okay, so this is the list once more. Right, as you see, Amrinder, Gurpreet, Ritik, Akash Mishra, after more than a year of injury. Let's see. Raj says the time Khalid has took over national team is a difficult phase for him. At the end of he will just get hate and criticize people who say he's Indian, so let it be. Let's see. Again from 25th August to September, whole India football busy. ACL women qualifiers, U23 qualifiers, CAF Nations Cup. Hope we do good in all these tournaments and qualify U23 and women's ACL. Yeah, Jonathan, let's wait and see. Also, no Chetri, will it work? Because who will replace him? That's a point. Irfan Yadwat, Rahim Ali would be the first options coming to my head. Let's wait and see. And maybe, Sunil has asked for a break and might be back for the qualifiers in October. So let's wait and see. Hi, Sanskar. I'm doing good. Yes, I do remember you. Welcome back. Good to see you back. K-League and J-League से तो कोई national team में शायद ही खेलता होगा. Zidane, most of the players that the Japanese and the Koreans have are players from, from European leagues, or even some of them now in North America. So those are also realities. Again, quota allegations are rising, Raj. That was clear. And again, if I see that Albino Gomes is in the list, I said to you that Albino, at least one of those players that I would have thought are in his list. Let's see. I don't know how Kerala Blasters back then convinced Deccan Nuts such a high-profile player. Gugu, at that time, again, I mean, that's a season where you had Diego Forlan playing for Mumbai City. So we had a lot of quality players. So 3-4 days and U23 camp starts. National team camp already started. Hope this usual Indian football problem at least stops in coming days and both teams play with good squad. The under-23 camp has been going on, right? I'm an old viewer, I think, from Mumbai City FC Shield winning season. Yeah, Sanskar, good to see you back as always. Why those senior players were making issues like grouping and all? If you can't name direct, give some hints. I'm not going to make public allegations about some players, Common clubs can play remaining matches with B or C team, but all players should be released by time. Hampers a lot of preparation. Brisbane's for coach and women national team is more important than World Cup. This problem, the problem has been created by the AIFF themselves, right? They can only blame themselves. That this situation has arisen, and therefore, yeah, let's wait and see what they do. No Sunil Mayak, no. That's the thing. That's I think the name that is most probably missing. But otherwise, yeah, I think we can all live with this team that Khalid is called up. If we can call up army player, he can still call up a highly player like Sri Lanka is doing impressive, and they only struggle because of the defense. Otherwise, you can see the high scoring team. Goku, yeah, you could. But yeah, your thoughts on my squad pick? I think Khalid is calling up players who can do the dirty work and run for 90 minutes and have passion. Yeah, we did. But from that perspective, then I'm missing Ronaldo. At least one good thing is young players called in national team. At least this thing is happening. Old lazy players being dropped. At least youngsters will get good exposure against big teams. Nice. Who are the young players being called up? Am I missing something? Is there anyone young who's being called up in this squad that is being announced here? Anyone young? There is no one. Even Ritik Iswari is not young. He's 23. So they're 23, 24, 25, 26. Where are the young players? Rahim Ali, did I read that right? Yes, you did. Can you name your best Indian 11 who should be called? Best Indian 11. Let me check who are the others that he did not call up. 1 second. 1 second. I just need to check. So if you ask me, okay, so Akash Mishra is out, right? Okay. No, Akash Mishra is in. Ashish Rai is out, right? Okay, Manveer Singh from Jamshedpur. If you ask me for my strongest at this moment in time, I would think that I would play Gurpreet in goal, Sandesh Rahul Beke as centre backs, Roshan, yeah, Roshan as a left back, Valpuya as my right back. I would play Suresh and Apuya in defensive midfield. Changte on the left, so on the right. Ashik on the left. He's not called up Brandon. Okay, he's not called up Brandon. Who do I put up front? Maybe I put in Nikhil Prabhu. I'll give a free roving role to Apuya and Irfan Yadwad up front. Looking at this squad. Or did I miss someone? No, I actually could play Mahesh Naurem. I could play Mahesh Naurem if I want an attacking number 10. Great, I love Khalid. He just did what I want. I don't care who's a striker. Maybe we need to do experiments in the striker position. Okay, Aditya. Should Liston still be considered? Maybe might Rahul KP or PV Vishnu need a call? PV Vishnu for me is not good enough for the national team. And yes, Liston needs to be considered because the others are not better. Deserving one will fill the Chetri gap. We can just hope and be positive. Yeah. I like Rahim. He gives work rate. He may not be the best player, but he's the right player for national team. Yeah, for Khalid's system, surely. Chetri be like, I'm made for international to keep me first playing for next 10 years. If I retire, I'll be called again. If I perform good, everyone will suicide me for team loss. So worst situation for him. Yeah. Is it final or more players will join? Raj, I think he's called up 30. Was it? Was 1, 2, so it's 35 players he's called up. Would you have called Sunil? Yes, I would have because Khalid is a new coach. I would have if I'm thinking about playing Sunil in October against Singapore, I would have utilized this window because Sunil is not. Is Sunil training at all? I don't even know, right? Why everyone is forgetting that Sunil retired and he only came back for one request? Yeah, and that's true. I think he will be back in qualifiers. Says Mayank. Manveer from Jamshedpur FC. Seriously, yeah, DD TJ. Yes, he did. I really want to see Sunil score 100 goals. Says Mayank. Let's see. 90% scored is same as Manolo and Steamach. Khalid, what? I mean, sorry, Rudra, what did you expect? What did anyone expect? Our player base is a player base of 50 players, right? You call up this one, you say, okay, listen, I leave out Brandon, I leave out Ashish. And for that, I call up someone else. So it's a plus minus thing. And again, goalkeepers, yeah, Gurpreet is back. Good to see that. Ritik Tiwari deserves a chance, in my opinion, to be part of the national team. Yeah. 13-player list, yeah, who have not joined yet. U23 guys have been avoided due to AFC qualifiers. Yeah, 100%. If Sandesh Jhingan perform well against Al Nassr, will he get a call up from Bundesliga too? No, Nishant, he won't. Do you seriously think that Sandesh Jhingan is capable of playing in the second Bundesliga? Honestly, with all due respect, you know. Damn, why Ashik again? No way. He lost many chances in Hong Kong and now again. Because he's one of our best. He at least got in those positions. I don't know, you know, and yeah. Bundesliga doesn't need a 34-year-old mediocre defensive player who at the time in national only got injured. Okay, Aditya. Brandon dropped? Yes, Brandon has dropped. And that's my thing. So then Sahal Abdul Samad, yeah, we'll have to see. I need Lord Manvir and Brazilian Anthony to win CAFA. They will defeat him with Aura. Okay. Now Mohan Bagan fan was crying for Liston, Manvir and Kate. Yeah, Raj. Hi Akash, except Boris and Sangwan, rest are good choices. Where is Sangwan? Sangwan is not chosen. Akash. I don't see a Sangwan. Who would you take instead of Boris? Ashish Rai? Again, this is it's the same thing. We don't have better players. We have to wake up to those realities, right? Is Boris still ready for me? Listen, Raj, having known him from his younger days, yeah, he is. He will at least try and fight. The problem is my problem is who's better. My mistake, Akash Mishra. Yeah, Akash, again, is coming back from injury. Again, he doesn't have anything to play for at the moment at Mumbai City. So therefore, I think it's a good thing to just check him out and see what's his status. And if he is not fit, you can say, listen, work on these things, and then, you know, we'll try and call you up later. But I think that's, you know, thank God Sun is not there. Alex and Bhatt, a very good choice. Khalid had shown some courage. Yeah, but are they national team players? This is my point. You say, oh, this is courage. He's picked the players. And then I say, it's like Vishal Kate. I say, listen, these guys shouldn't be even close to the national team because they're not good enough, right? So this is my problem with you all as fans who think, you know, and therefore, yeah, pick them. Yeah, Alex Saji, yeah. I think we can do a best of video from last season, and then, yeah. What is Khalid's gameplay? He's only parked the bus for 90 minutes and over a clunter go. Yeah, of course. That's been his football for the last 16, 17 years. He doesn't have a plan B. Prono, my man, bro is a spoiler for which he plays for back then in 2019 match against Bahrain last season. Jamshedpur FC Mohan Bagan semi-final 2-2 on Agred. And Prono should have clear the ball, rather keep the ball, do something, and then the ball goes to a Poya bang 3-2, so my man is spoiler. You know, Goku, that's the problem. We remember those two matches against Bahrain. Normally, he wouldn't have been on the pitch if Steven had made his substitution and he'd not put on Anas. You know, those days you had 3 substitutions. And against Mohan Bagan, yeah. Again, that he saved Jamshedpur for most of the game is forgotten because he made that mistake. And that's football, right? Why Boris and Udanta? Akash, name me better players. We are going around and around with those players who we have, right? We have a pool of 50, 60 players. The ball rather keep the whole... sorry. Khalid disappointed us by not calling up Albino Gomes and Ashraf Mehta. He's called up Albino Gomes, no? Albino Gomes is in the B list from the Jamshedpur FC players. Now there is a B list of players who've not been released. Once more, from Mohun Bagan, Anirudh Thapa, Deepak Tangri, Apuya, Listri Kolasu, Manvir Singh, Sal Abdul Samad, Vishal Keth. East Bengal, Anwar Ali, Jiksan Singh, Mahesh Singh Naurem, Jamshedpur FC, Manveer Singh, the striker, Albino Gomes, and Jitin MS. Those are the ones that he's also called up. I guess these are the only players who are doing some sort of training, so we cannot blame Khalid then. No, really. GG. I think who is training, who's not training, does he know? I don't think so. Jingna was struggling to run against Alsi. Gosh, most of them were. Can we expect Supreme Court verdict early because AIFF and ASIC clubs going to Supreme Court Monday and also FIFPro urges FIFA to take action, your opinion regarding the verdict, sir? Yuvraj, the FIFPro thing is something which was clear because the person who's the secretary is a guy called Alex Phillips. Alex Phillips is one of the co-authors of the FIFA AFC roadmap. So he knows a little bit about Indian football. And so therefore, I think it comes from there that Alex has written to them. Will something happen? I don't know. I'm interested to see if the AIFF really goes to the Supreme Court or not, because the clubs are not party to the case. And Reliance has clearly stated that they will wait, right? That Reliance will wait for a verdict from them, and then they will act or react. So that's one. On Monday, and let's see. I don't know. I mean, this could. I've given up to try and judge when the Supreme Court is going to do something. Again, remember we were talking about 15th of July, right? So therefore, I don't know. Why isn't Edmund chosen? This is ridiculous. Because Top 10 Prime TV, again, even a Khalid Jamil knows who to trust and not to trust. Seeing the forwards, I can't see a single guy who can score goals in the qualifiers. RSA game, I do see Irfan Yadwat to me. Changte would have to step up as a winger. The midfielders will have to step up. Maybe Rahim Ali. Yeah. Valpuya over Boris any day has proved it last season, in my opinion. I agree, Rushat. I said starting date in your opinion, sir. Yuvraj, December in the best, good case, so therefore, yeah, I think January most likely. Alex Saji is definitely a good peak. We need fresh soldiers. Akash, this is where the question is, do you think that Alex Saji can play international football? Simple question. You can put him in. He's just a weak copy of Sandesh Jingan. Right? Nothing more, nothing less. Alex Saji needs to up his game. And otherwise, so and this shows to me, again, I'm not going to go into this and that, everything, what the thinking of Khalid is. Hey Kumar, welcome back. I'm shocked to see Ashik. This Ashik is not the 2019 Ashik. He clearly lost the plot. Akash, he's still better than the others. Right? 2019, the Indian team was better. So let's not even compare the Indian team with Indian football in 2025 is not of the level that India was in 2019. That is the first thing that you, I, and we need to agree on. Right? The team is not of that level. So therefore, we have to ask ourselves, which is the player that can do the job? And I thought, again, whatever everybody else said, I felt that Ashik did the runs as a striker that Manolo wanted from him, that no other Indian striker can do. Right? Because he has the pace and has a certain level of understanding of where are the spaces. That's the reality. Now that I do not have any hope in Khalid Jamil. Okay, Kumar. If we call up Vikram Pratap Singh, so David Hamar also and Shillong Lajong forward, I don't know his name. Goku, seriously? And this is where I think, when we talk about Edmund, Suhail Bhatt, we talk about David, sorry, not national team players. Before I call them up, I'm going to call up Baichung Bhutia now. and say, Baichung, please play for us. Baichung for us on the field could be more important than in the AIFF. That is the level of these strikers, right? I've seen him twice, and he was so badly bodied by the opponent. Again, and just look at our players against Al Seed. We're talking Oman level. We're not talking, best of best in Asia. That should be a reality check of what our standard of football is. We have a pool. If you're going to call up these kind of players, let's see. We don't understand the level difference between clubs and national level because we don't have proper sports education system like Japan and other football countries. Newton Chacha, it's not about that. You will have fans around the world talking about this player. Yeah. So therefore, for me, the understanding, and I say that, why do I say that? Because I've traveled, worked with the national team, so I believe I have a little understanding of what is needed and required from the national team. And this is my problem with when I see XYZ player, this call up, if this is the 22, if he doesn't get the East Bengal, Mohun Bagan, Jamshedpur players, it's a decent call up. It's amongst the best that you can call up at this moment. Again, one or two players here or there. Again, the question can be asked about Brandon. Maybe Brandon is injured. I don't know. Again, these days you don't even know who's fit or injured. But otherwise, there is not many players that you can take out from if you're calling up these 22 and then you're calling up those 13. Yeah, there are a few here and there. Ashik did perform well in last 2 games. Yeah, Rishabh, I agree. And therefore, he deserves a spot. And therefore, yeah. Just call up everyone. Yeah, Blue, Blue, who else are you going to call up? Right? Brandon out, Sunil out, and then there are a few others. Right? That's the thing. After the ACL 2 draw FC Goa and Al Nassr and same, I think they will be in good financial condition. No, they're not. And this is the problem. No? You think that they're going to make what, a lot of money out of that? How are you going to make that money? Someone asked me in the morning when we were talking about this, I said, how are they going to make money out of it? In that way that they can really make a difference. It's not going to happen, right? It's going to be a nice game. It's going to be a good game. Maybe FC Goa will have to, because security and other things, yeah. I guess Manvir Jamshedpur FC might be a typo error. Yeah. I checked the website. They said they're requesting to release another few players. How many goalkeepers Khalid need? Akash, this is a camp. You're going to call up 4, maybe even 5 keepers. Right? Manvir Singh of Jamshedpur is the guy who scored for Maudan last season. Is different Manvir than Goat Manvir. Yes, both Manvirs have been called up. But now, if someone thinks Avina Gomes is better keeper than Gopi, then congratulations to them. Live in parallel universe. Yeah. Very, 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 very good. Do FIFPro have the power restart ISL? No. There is, even FIFA doesn't have the power to restart the ISL. The ISL needs to be sorted. AIFF needs to be sorted. And AIFF needs to renew his contract with FSDL if it's to be restarted. Number 9, David. Yeah. Now we can Northeast United strike. No, they don't. See, that's my difference. They're not ready for international football. If they have the power to restart ISL, they're just bothered with players. They're bothered about player salaries, no? Because they're the players' union. That is their job. Akash Mishra, sorry, but the selection he has not played in 2 years. About Akash, I think it's a good thing for Khalid to call him up and see at what status he is. Let him train with the team. I don't think he will make the final squad, but it is good that Akash gets this, because Akash, the team Mumbai City, is not training at the moment. So he needs to figure out, who can I maybe bank on in the future. Without trying new players in national team, how can we determine like they're a national team player or domestic player? Like back then, Roshan was struggling, Shupuma was struggling, but they still make it into national team. They did good, but his own example is how many years, Raimali. Goku, how many people have said that Vishal Keth should be the number 1 India goalkeeper? And I've been saying he's not good enough. The judgment, you need to take a call as a coach. That's your bloody job. You need to understand. And we've been calling up people as national team coaches who don't even understand the basics of what international football requires of the players. Post Stephen Constantine, we now have had 3 coaches who do not understand the basics of what it requires to be playing for the Indian national team. That is my problem. Having worked with the national team, I know what is required from the national team. And if you watch ISL or you watch I-League or you watch whatever, you will recognize this player can do it or not. I remember Bob Houghton used to say the best player during Bob Houghton's times in the I-League never was called up. Why? Because Bob knew that player was not good enough. He did call him up. The player messed it up in 5 minutes to prove a point. This is the job of a coach. That makes the difference between a good coach and a bad coach. And if you're going to call up these players, shut the team down. I think that's the best thing to do. It really is the best, because that's the problem. This is the player pool we have, and we have our players are peaking at an older age. Rahul Beke is my favorite example at the moment, because Rahul Beke was not performing well, and Lord, this, that, everything was told about him. Rahul Beke has become one of our best defensive players in the last 2 years. Still makes mistakes, but he's one of our best. That is the reality we need to realize. Will they keep Khalid even if we lose 10 games in a row since he has 2-year contract? No idea what the AIFF is going to. Because the question also is, if he loses 10 games, by the time he's lost 10 games, maybe we have a new AIFF. We don't know. What is the thinking of Khalid as per you, sir? TG, very simple. How do I not concede goals? That's his whole thinking, right? So that's the problem. Why not call up the Indian Tasin Jamshid playing Qatar? Since he's playing in Qatar, sure he's better than Karnal. Because he's already played for Qatar. He's no longer eligible to play for us. Right? But at least son of Manolo, Ayush Dev Chetri is not in the squad, says Akash. I only see problem. Akash momentum is uncertain. Okay. Ashik momentum, sorry. Well, I'm happy that Ram Ali makes it. I really want him to get to the next level. Yeah, true. I mean, there is, yeah, these are the players we have. And the thing is, Rahim Ali, to me, any day will be better than those players that you mentioned, because of the energy, the fight, the will to run. That is what Khalid will see. That is what is needed. Like some club players perform maybe not that great, but for national team they're doing great, like Gopit Singh Sandhu, Jingan, etc. Goku, I always said my favorite example over the years in regard to the Indian national team, and he was a very, very key player for the national team over the years, was Renedy Singh. Renedy, either injured or this or that, whatever, there were always times where he wasn't fit. National team, whenever Stephen, Bob, others called on him, he performed. Yeah. Nope, Albino is not fit. I've seen him flattered with bunches of tapes on his legs. Maybe just a call up, not for squad purpose. Gopis Singh will only selected for 11 unless Khalid. Except, yeah, I mean, see, tapes and all that stuff, all of them have tapes. So therefore, I don't know if that's your reasoning of being fit or not. But Gopit Singh Sandhu, the point to me was proven, that Gopit Singh Sandhu is just a better goalkeeper, and international experience needed. Vishal Keth has also not been exposed. Why? Because you saw him playing behind Tom Alderweireld and Alberto Rodriguez. I think Ritik Tiwari would be my wild card, looking at the way he played against Al Sadd. That guy in the long term is, to me, a number one candidate. I think at this point, Pranav will make a wildcard entry at the end. Jokes apart, Vikram unfortunately rarely got any game time last season and technically very poor. Still, that's all Khalid has now. Exactly. You can pick X and then Y and then Z, and then you go back to X. This is what we have. This is the player material, and he has to figure out which 22, 23, 30 players are capable, are capable of playing. Rahim Ali does make some really good runs. My only concern is he has not played as a forward. He's been a fullback last season. That's true, Rishabh. Not only was he a fullback, but again, maybe as an attacking winger might be also an option. So therefore, let's see. But people were blaming Ashik because he didn't perform well as a striker. Come on, he's not meant for that position. He was forced to do. DTTG, to me, if you ask me, I think Ashik did well. He just didn't score. And for me, tell me another striker who would have done that in that position. So therefore, that's the other discussion which we should be having, which we don't have. We have Lord Robin, then Lord Rahim. We only have Lords. It's what it is. If one better bring us here. Yeah. Very true. I hope Monba and East Bengal and others release the players after Derby. Their match is tomorrow day after. So I think if I look at the players, Mohun Bagan has 7, East Bengal has 3. So for that, I think everybody should be supporting East Bengal on Sunday, so that the 7 Mohun Bagan players are released, right? And that Jamshedpur and Northeast you lose as well, so that most of the players are released. So, but let's see. Just 1 month left and still no 6th foreigner for Mohun Bagan. Blue, the thing is, I think now Mohun Bagan knows what kind of level they will face and play. And maybe now they will bring in the right foreign players, recruitments to strengthen their squad. Again, it's an interesting scenario that they find themselves in. Interesting group. Once more, we've now gone to the national team, but we shouldn't forget that this, when Group C, Mohun Bagan will play Sepahan SC of Iran, Al Hussein of Jordan, Ahal FC from Turkmenistan, and Group D, the big prize, FC Goa will play Al Nasser of Saudi Arabia, Al Zavra from Iraq, as well as Istiklal from Tajikistan. So those are the opponents. Right, 1 hour, 12 minutes. Quick reminder, 29 or 30 of you still watching. If you're liking the conversation, do please leave a like behind, share it with other people to join our conversations. And also, if you're new to the conversation, subscribe to the channel, become a subscriber, ask your questions, become part of it. 2,832 at the moment. Thanks a lot, everybody. We're slowly growing to the 3,000 mark. So a lot, despite all the problems, a lot to speak about in Indian football. When is CAFA first match? On the 29th of this month, facing the host Tajikistan. Sir, I know there are differences in quality, but how approach-wise Mohun Bagan Supergiant or FC Goa should do it to get win or draw? Personally asking for Mohun Bagan. My first thing is keeping the players fit, match fit. Biggest problem for both the teams, match fit, and then taking one match at a time. So let's see what they do. Yes, some guys were saying David would score, but he would never get the chance what Ashik created for himself. Bro, that's the whole point. You've understood that David would not even get into that space. And Edmund went to Canada last year, and people, asked the question, does he play football? This is the same question that Sunil faced at Sporting Lisbon over a decade back, right? So therefore, these are the realities of our players. So we have to look at, we don't have the perfect players. We have to live with the players we have, and some players are better than others. And for David, even someone like me, I'm not a defensive player, but I would know what I have to do to not allow him to get close to the goal. Just body him. So if poor defense is the criteria, then Albino may be considered better than other except Gurpreet Singh Sandhu. I don't think so, because Albino also was saved a lot last season because he had Steven Eze in front of him. I think Gurpreet in that way is the best. Do you think like the 7 players of Mohun Bagan have a chemistry all those years they are playing for the national team and club? Some have, some don't. No? I mean, Apuya has been there for a year, some have been there for 2 years. So let's wait and see, right? Who knows, Lord Rahim has become actually a lord after all the experience. And the point is, that players have become lords, right? To me, the question is now, can we see him take the next step? With him and with others, that's the same question. Most of all these players are starting them potentially, but I don't have too many of them in my starting 11 if you looked at my squad. I'm worried about U23. They have a very good squad now because of all this. They won't be going. in with proper preparation. Rishabh, I hope not. It's a lost case. It's a lost cause with, as you say, with the preparations, right? Mumbai City, FC Goa, Bangalore FC did well in Asia. What can be the way out for us? Mohun Bagan versus Rafshan last year could have been a win. Agni, it wasn't a win. Mohun Bagan has a poor track record in Asian competitions, right? If you like it or not, that's a problem, right? So therefore, I don't know. I don't know what the problem with Mohun Bagan is, because it's not a new problem, right? Mohun Bagan has always had the problem at continental level. Practical Hussein FC can be defeated by 6 foreigners. No, they can't. That's your problem, no? You're trying to say 6 foreigners. FC Goa yesterday, yes, 6 foreigners did make the difference, but if the opponent has 2 foreigners, 3 foreigners, I see with 3 foreigners would have beaten Goa, hands down, right? That's reality. Indian under 17 adapters, or will they call up random guys few days before qualifiers? Most probably they will call up players once they know who, where, what, and how. I don't have any hope in Khalid. We're going to get thrashed, says Saxon. Hi, Showcast. Why the heck is every sports influencer streamer making Scooter Bajaj Messiah of Indian football? I mean, even arguments of making India team coach by some fanboys going on. Showcast, don't bother. Let's focus on the things that we can differentiate. Again, PR stories and all are not helping. We need to focus, Let's see. What's the news about Robson Robinho? Any update? Dhruin, I think there's been some injury, right? So, if I'm right, so therefore it's not been confirmed. Who is Sunil Benjamin being included? He's from Navy. No, he's from Army Red, former Crow player, defender, centre back. Let's see. Name best Indian goalkeeper defense mid striker as of now who are playing. I've said this earlier. I would play Gurpreet in goal, Valpuya and Roshan. Valpuya right, Roshan left. You can interswitch in the worst case. Sandesh Rahul Beke at the back. Apuya Suresh defensive midfield. Changte Ashik on the wings. In the middle, Mahesh Naorem potentially, or maybe a Nikhil Prabhu and allow Apuya maybe a more attacking role, and Irfan Yadwad as the striker, if I look at the squad currently. Very excited by the inclusion of Alex Shaji. Showcast, I'm not, because I think Alex Shaji is a copy of Sandesh Jingan, but he's not Sandesh Jingan yet. I think he has to do a lot more to be of Sandesh Jingan's quality. And Alex Shaji last season to me was not that good, to be very, very honest. No playmaker. Who will be the Javi and Izzy of the squad? DDTG, he'll have to figure out. Mahesh Naorem to me looks, if I look at the players, does he pull Changte into the middle? Let's say you play Changte as a 10 and put maybe Rahim Ali on the wing. Might be an option. Yeah. Another one thing I would say, international football is different ball game because all Indian players cannot play international level. Yeah, Kumar, and you're better at your local team because you have foreigners next to you. FC Goa, very good example. FC Goa, because of the foreigners, reached the group stage. Without them, it would have been a massacre. I still remember Rahim Ali's deadly runs against Qatar, but his finishing wasn't good. Yeah, Hannibal, that's the problem, right? And this is what you need to work for. Amrinder Singh, is he from Odisha FC? He was in contract. Yes, that is the goalkeeper from Odisha, Dhruin. Indian clubs are basically least interested to leave an Asian mark. They're happy with Indian tournaments. By the way, why do you ignore my question asked in Bangla? I didn't get a question in Bangla. Top 10 Prime TV. Sorry, if you asked that, I would have answered. No. I think if you see the way BFC has played, Mumbai City have played, FC Goa have played, even East Bengal in the past have played. I think they have bothered. There are teams, again, Mohun Bagan, poor, Asian level. Chennai was poor, Minerva was poor, Aizawl were poor, but yeah, those were the days. Saji just an underdeveloped Jingan. Yeah, that was selling him high, very poor positioning sense, but last pitch clearances made him look good. Yeah, on up, I totally agree with you. Brian's not there, and maybe Sahal would be there. Do you think he's more that midfielder? He's attacking. Sahal, the problem is you have to give him the freedom, no? Because he's very difficult to put into a system. I remember Eko Shatori talking about it many years back. Another one thing I would say, yeah, you said that. Say your thoughts on inclusion of Rahul Keep. It seems like West Ham PR paid off. I don't know if the West Ham PR paid off, but yeah. Mohnbag and 26 is really underappreciated. They were better than BFC, both in league and AFC Cup. Was insane. Sanjay Santos bench first players around 16. They almost made it to quarterfinal that year. Yeah, but still, they didn't, right? So if we do not change the squad members, then you have no right to wish for a revamp. Aditya, where? Aditya, when I hear the word revamp, how will you do a revamp? Let's say Khalid Jimmy does a revamp. And is it happening? Is it reality that the revamp is happening? And therefore, for me, I think we shouldn't be talking about revamps and other things because we don't have the players to do a revamp, right? We can only talk about a revamp if there is a revamp. I think Alex Saji's brother did trial in Japan for a J League, later ended up in Goa, FC Goa reserve team. Did he do a trial in Japan? I don't think he did. I think he ended up at FC Goa directly. Ronaldo aega na India and match kab hoga. Aditya, no or yes, I don't know. There is this thing that he has a clause, that he can choose if he wants to play or not away matches. The man is looking to play the World Cup. His focus is not to play in Goa against FC Goa. His focus is to play the World Cup next year for Portugal, right? So 25th of October is the date at the moment. And let's see if he comes to India or not. I have utmost respect for him. I would have investors. It's not running because Scooter sold his West Jordan and I left out their own teams and their 8 teams in that cup. None of the 7 aside, 9 aside, not 8 teams, B division. Let's not even go into that. Whether it's Indian goods, infrastructure, or strikers, we have one single complaint: finishing is poor. Oops, that's a good one. TG. What's the case with UCFC? Are they shutting down? Augusto, at the moment, they are shut. And to me, the question is if they survive, so to say, this situation at the moment. I feel Odisha FC might come back in the third avatar and play maybe somewhere else. Not sure, but that's my thinking. If the ISL stays and if they stay, another current AIFF regime should go ASAP, says Kumar. None of them making that shows quality. Yeah, Goku. Whatever Mormon had chance, they themselves skill that, and they always prioritize domestic over Asia for some reason. Yeah, that's a question I would love to ask. Why Mohun Bagan over the years? Yeah. Say you watch Bundesliga. Yes, Showcast. I do watch Bundesliga. Your thoughts on Benjamin Šeško? Is he good for April? Showcast, I would have said, if you ask me, I would have said stay another year at Leipzig. I think that would have been good for him personally. And again, to me, and then go to the Premier League. He's now gone also to United, and United have been sort of killing the careers of a number of strikers over the last few years. So it'll be interesting to see if he can settle down. It's for Amorim, for him, for a lot of other players who've joined Man United. Will be very interesting to see. Revamp with something like we have had a quality national team with older players. I did revamp with younger ones, which we don't have in both cases. Yeah, Kushav, that's the problem. KP is included as he fits perfect as wing and Khalid's style of play around there. What about Imran Khan? Is he also not national team material? No, I don't think so. Rahul Kepi has it in him, because he's been part of that under-17 World Cup squad. Those players have a little edge, in my opinion, of that experience. So that's the thing. Anup says nowhere near. Still kudos to Arata Izumi for rigid. Yeah, right. He was with Reliance Foundation. Yeah. I remember. Now I remember. So yes. Sandesh Jingan is better than defenders of Bundesliga 2 lower clubs. Do you agree with me? No, I don't. Nishant, he's nowhere near Bundesliga 2. Sandesh will struggle in the 4th, 5th tier. There is no Indian footballer who's near the second Bundesliga. I have said over the years, I live in Remscheid, right? And my team now plays sixth division. I don't see any Indian player getting into our Landesliga squad at the moment, right? So that's sorry. I don't know, Nishant, where you think that he can play second Bundesliga. No chance. Well, this time situation is funny because Mohun Bagan has no domestic season to prioritize. Oh, Blue, this is a good one. I like this. This is a good one. Chante also deserves Bundesliga too. Nishant, also not good enough. Again, I did organize a trial for him with Viking Stavanger, in 2019, and yeah, could have gotten in there most probably, but didn't do it, right? So therefore, opportunity lost. That's the reality. But yeah, this is where it stands at this moment in time. And as much as I would like to see Lalinswala Chante second Bundesliga, no chance. I saw news that two players from Kolkata League, Prosenjit Chakraborty and Mithun Samant, have been bought by Bangladesh Premier League side Arambak. Will more players go play in South region? Banjob, yes. I mean, Prosenjit is one of those players, former batchmate of Anirudh Thapa, Jerry Lalinswala, trained in Mets at the academy at the time. And yeah, I think that the smaller players will take that, let's see. Rahul KP has same pace as Mbappe. Nishant, no chance. I've seen Mbappe in front of my face. Rahul KP might be one of the fastest Indians, but no. So how do you deal with all these fake PRs, fake info, and not blaming the right people and giving wrong people the platform? You've been part of India football, know the truth. How do you feel? Showcast, it is very difficult in the year, the year 2025, that telling stories and telling you, this is the reality, that is the reality. Look at how many people today are selling you that Ronaldo is actually not playing the rest of the season. He's just waiting to come to Goa, right? Which is not the case. Cristiano Ronaldo's plans are clearly next year he wants to play the World Cup for Portugal. Nothing more, nothing less. And yeah, it's very, very difficult. According to you, who is most deserving Ballon d'Or winner of 2025? My Rafinha. Rowan, I've been thinking about this. There's a lot of people have been asking me this in the past. To me, I think I would say Dembele, if you ask me. Ousmane Dembele, maybe. Don't know. Can we expect Ronaldo as a manager of a team in future? TJ, I'm not a coach. First of all, I'm not a coach. I've worked with teams, managed clubs, but at the moment, there's nothing being planned or being done. कुछ लोग बोल रहा रोनाल्डो नहीं आएगा इंडिया खेलने, ये क्या चल रहा है, मैंने कोई सेंसेस है नहीं. It could be. Aditya, he might not come, right? So that's a reality, no? He might not come to India because, as I said, he's prioritizing the World Cup. So, and therefore, let's wait and see. Hi, Surya, everyone, how are you doing? Bit excited to see Khalid calling for national team camp. Yeah, let's wait and see what happens. Sandesh couldn't survive in Croatia. What makes you think he would survive in Bundesliga 2, says Rishabh. Very good point. Nishant, no way. You will be surprised to see how good their 8th, 9th tier is. They were comfortable when they are league. It's too frustrating to see Bundesliga 2 defending. That's why I said. Why is it, Nishant, frustrating? Maybe Gopal Singh Sandhu could be some sort of Bundesliga 2 type. He had his chance in Norway. He didn't take it. So therefore, for me, if you at the right time don't take your chances, it's not going to happen. The Bundesliga 2, again, he played in Norway. I think the Bundesliga 2 standard is higher than in Norway, right? The Bundesliga 2 standard today is higher than so therefore, let's wait and see. রাইটিং ইন বাংলা আমার মনে হচ্ছে এবারও ভারতও জিততে পারবে না, কাফাতে পারবে না, ম্যাচে পারবে না, খুব দুঃখ সাথে বলছি. So Top 10 Prime TV is saying that he is disappointed. He fears that India will not win a game in the CAFA Nations Cup, and yeah, so he's saying this with great sadness. Yeah, admitting I know. I love to see some of our players go to trials at very young age for different clubs being selected for their team, but sadly the attribute of Indian players. Something Goku, our players cannot go abroad before the age of 18. They have to be able to sign a pro contract. So that's another thing, right? How Bajaj became part of the MRA case? He's not part of the MRA case. He's part of the AIFF Constitution case since 2017. FC Goa and Mohammad Subhan should go for more foreign players, says Aman. Let's wait and see. Thoughts on the 22-man squad. Aman, again, 2, 3, maybe 4 surprises, but otherwise, yeah, the most likely thing that he would call up. Why don't we call second division defensive midfield Indian passport holder from Peru second division? Because the player might not be that good what you think he is. Might be that a point. Like, what do you think if I club participate in a contract competitions? Some says they have to represent the country. Some fans come with arguments that all India we should support them. But I don't see other club fans doing that in other parts of the world, especially in Southeast Asia. I never seen a Bandung fan supporting Persib Jakarta team participating in AFC. Goku, it depends on you individually. So it can be discussed, be it you're saying Indonesia, it could be discussed here, it could be discussed everywhere in the world. But again, we don't have too many Indian teams, so therefore for me, I think we should support Indian teams. And, to me, we should come together and support Indian teams when they're playing. I said FC Goa the other day, and I said that as well. Before a few months, Ranjit was getting hit by all fans for the Anwar Ali deal to East Bengal, and now Ranjit is the hero of all. Ranjit, the coach, he became superior. Rohin is not the hero of all, and he wasn't getting hit from everyone as well in the past. So, yeah. When is CAFA Nations Cup? Aman, it is going to be from the 29th of this month. Still not clear why Edmund wasn't called. The coach doesn't think he's good enough. Top 10 Prime TV. Very simple. He thinks other players are better. It's tough. Got to start with good coaching at U9, U11, U13 level and season-long leagues at U13, 15, 17 level with 11-side games. Yeah, that's the thing. Messi playing a McDonald's league and thinking that he's good. He's a joker. Nishant, a little bit of respect. The MLS is a better league. So therefore, for me, yeah, MLS is a much better league, and Messi is one of the best players to play all time. So I don't know why this is. Can our players play in Russian Premier League, Crash League? What's your opinion on this? No, I don't think so. I think, so therefore, for me, I wouldn't go there. And we're not good enough. Again, you think that Indian players can play in Russia? No, they can't. So that's the other thing. Well, our situation depends on all the clubs who are playing as they are representing us, and the points matter. Exactly, bro. That's the point. Again, that's the point. Mohun Bagan playing East Bengal, other fans should be supporting them, and everyone should be supporting Goa, and vice versa when the other clubs are playing. So, the rivalry that was talked about in Southeast Asia is much more harder than it is in India. Sir, আপনি বাংলা জানেন সেটা আমি জানতাম না আপনার বাংলাটা তো অনেক ভালো thanks Rohin yeah Bengali origin let's see will FC Goa and Mohammad Subhan play abroad with Al Nassr no why would they they'll play in Goa right another in the Kashi opposite again there was video circulated on 90th and second stoppage. Yeah, Kumar, they've opened it with the school. They're first. They're doing, again, Interkashi's youth division is doing the things, right? They're working on things, and they're hoping to get things started. And yeah, let's see what they can do. Interkashi is trying to do its stuff, right? And congratulations to all the stuff that they've been trying to do, right? What have I since morning? Simon, nothing much. Yeah, nothing much. I would say you missed most probably the squad, the India squad, which is in the background of the 22 players confirmed called up. So that's what you most probably missed so far, and that's been the conversation so far. Can a country produce an elite level player if federation have a group of 50 to 100 kids training under elite coaches and facilities daily? Anibal, Qatar has been doing this for, I don't know, 15 years? No. So have you talked to Khalid since he became the coach? What you say if you can tell? No, Surya, I've not spoken to him, and I'm not going to call. I've just congratulated him, nothing more than that. Okay, you can. Will Ronaldo come to play in India, or will he skip because of security issues? There is no security issue, Top 10 Prime TV. He will skip for football reasons, as I said. See, even if Minerva Gothia Cup squad plays against the ISL, RFDL team squad, they could not create those huge different score or even could get defeated. Yeah. Looking forward to Zinc Academy for girls. Great step forward. Yeah, no, that's a good thing, right? Hi, Shaggy. Why no Edmund again? Because I think, is he going to be our savior? That's my question. I got to the player. Is he really the difference maker? I think Khalid seems to have doubts about it, and therefore he's not calling him. So therefore, yeah. So, right. What would be the way to produce elite players? Proper grassroots programs, youth systems within the country. That's the only way we will do it. There will be no shortcuts. We will have to have thousands of kids in the programs, and the best kids will have to filter through the system. That's the only way it will happen. I say this again and again, so therefore for me, in my opinion, there are no shortcuts, right? So therefore, let's see. Our Indian players don't even have a 1.0% chance to play Russian league because I saw Lokomotiv Moscow against Real Madrid. They won't be against Real Madrid in UEFA Champions League. Yeah. Farooq and Rahul KP, interesting. Yeah, those are interesting. Again, if you look at it once more, 22 players who have joined the camp in Bangalore so far. Amrinder Singh, Gurpreet, Ritik, Tiwari. Then we have defenders Akash Mishra, Alex Shaji, Boris, Chinglan Sana, Valpuya, Rahul Beke, Roshan Naurem, Sandesh Jingan, and the big surprise Sunil Benjamin, midfielders Ashik Kuruni and Danish Farooq, Nikhil Prabhu, Rahul KP, Suresh Wangjam, Udanta Singh, and forwards Irfan Yadwat, Lalinzwala Chakte, Rahim Ali, and Vikram Pratap Singh. So that's the thing. So that's it. And I'll be traveling to Germany for work next year. If anyway we can do a podcast, I'll be starting one. Yeah, if you do one, why not? We don't even have a constant national team squad, says Newton Chacha. Right. I'll come to an end slowly. Nearly 1 hour and 40 minutes of this live. Sunil Benjamin is a centre back playing with Army Red. And so therefore for me, interesting choice. A positive, negative, or neutral looking at the squad. I'm neutral because again, we don't have other options. So that's the thing. And I'll take this as the last question from Hannibal. Do you think there's not enough capital in clubs to do the right class thing? And India's very. Hannibal, we have enough money. We have enough clubs. It doesn't have to happen everywhere. So you do model projects in certain parts of the country and then build it up, right? So therefore, that's the way it is. Shaggy, I'll take yours as last. Seeing the battle between AIFF and ISL clubs is concerning. More than a month since Supreme Court opened, and yet AIFF has not approached, so we're not worried now where this is heading. It's heading nowhere at the moment. That is the real concern, Shaggy. So therefore, thanks a lot. I'll try to be back over the weekend, maybe tomorrow. Let's see if I can. And this has been an interesting day. First, FC Champions League 2, FC Goa will face Al Nassr Cristiano Ronaldo. And on the other side, Mohun Bagan also in the draw of ACL2. And then the national team squad finally announced by the AIFF. Khalid Jamil starting tomorrow is rain. And I'll see you tomorrow if I can. Good night, everyone.